Hello, today I want to show you a little bit about carrying out an asbestos re-inspection on a building such as this one behind me, or exactly this one behind me. Now what we need to carry out this re-inspection is the previous asbestos report, all the photographs of the items that were found, a floor plan showing me the location of all the items found, and the condition and the recommendations, so we can see if things have changed, if things have been dealt with, so that we can update the current situation for the client. Now what I'm going to do is going to pull up this report on my device here, and I'll show you a copy of it on this side here so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. So the first things we've got to pop up are some flash guards. Now within electrics we don't tend to mess around with them unless we know for certain that the power's been cut off, it's been certified as dead. We've got an electrician on site who can cut it for us whilst we take a peek inside. Now I don't have an electrician on site, so I won't be looking inside that box today, so we will continue to presume the items are there and continue to recommend it be managed or investigated at a later date. The next items that come up are some residue to walls, which returned an amosite and chrysotile result, and this was recommended to be removed. It's not sealed, it's just loose on the wall, it needs to be dealt with. Further down we've got more residue and debris to brackets on the calorifier. Again, this was recommended to be removed. We've got debris to the floor, got pipe flange gaskets and residue to pipe work. So knowing this information, before I go anywhere near that boiler room, I need to put on my overalls and my mask. The items found in there were in pretty poor condition, as I said, were recommended to be removed. But we need to see if anything has happened so we can update the client on this report. The next few items are external things such as the cement corrugated roof sheets and guttering. And we can look at them from outside without touching, without disturbing. I don't need my overalls and mask for those bits. So now we're going to go ahead to the building, check out the condition so we can update this report. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at before we put our overalls and mask on is this roof. And as you can see, it has pretty much remained intact. There's been no changes between last year and this year. Our recommendation was previously to manage, and it will remain the same this year. And the same is the case for this lower level roof. Still intact, no damage, it's not collapsed. So we will continue to recommend that be managed. Okay, so this is the fuse box that it appears on the report. As you can see, it has now been opened, turned off, and there are no fuses in place. There's also no woven fuse guards in place as well, so we'll be able to remove this item from their re-inspection and it will no longer have to manage this item. So here we have the positive amosite residue to the walls, which is in the same condition as last year, so the recommendation remains as remove. And here you can see the thieves have been in and cut out all the copper, which allows us to access these electrics. And as you can see, there is a woven fabric fuse guard in place, so we can now confirm that there is asbestos in this location. As we move around here, you can see the calorifier, which has the positive cross-tile gasket still in place. And beneath there is the residue to the feet of the calorifier, which has a positive result, which again, recommendation remove. Within this pit here, there was also some debris that was positive for amosite. It's clearly not been cleaned up, so remains recommendation remove. And as we move through the boiler room, looking at the pipe work, we see that it remains exactly the same as last year, albeit the copper has now been removed by the thieves. But again, the recommendation here will remain as remove. Okay, so there you have it. This building has been re-inspected. Everything is still in place. The only advantage we've had is that somebody's come along, cut out all the copper, allowing us to check the electrics. And one of the boxes showed no asbestos products in, so that can be removed from the survey. And the other one confirmed that there are asbestos products within the fuse box. And so we can take a sample of that just to prove to the client that there definitely is something in there, and they can update their report to say as such. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. That's the simple side of an asbestos re-inspection. If you have any questions, please do get in touch and I'll be sure to answer them. Thank you very much. There's a step there. First rule of asbestos surveying, or any kind of surveying: watch where you're stepping. Check your grounding and your surroundings. Risk assessments. Excuse me.